No adventure starts without some good coffee. You always need coffee on a trip, hands down, okay? When you're at the airport, you better run it and get you some coffee. So, I never really mentioned it, but about a month ago, we went on a trip, and yeah, here's some footage. Yep, awkwardly says into camera. It was a very, very exciting trip, and both of us have never been here, which was a fantastic place. You'll see when we get there, but here's the hotel coming up, and he picked the best hotel ever. Like, it was super comfy, super amazing. The staff was fantastic. The room itself was gorgeous, and he picked it because of the view. We had a spectacular view. Just wait for it. Good old Seattle, Washington. So like I said, both of us have never been to Seattle, and we went on kind of like a little endeavor to see what the layout of the city would be like and how traffic was, and you know, this, that, and the other. So it was pretty cool, and we saw a lot of other things there that you'll see in this video. Hello. Gorgeous. This was right around the corner from the hotel, and it was just one of those spur of the moment things that we came across and had to go and visit. Beautiful waterfall, little thing. The waterfall was actually on the side of a building, so it was like a water fixture, I guess, in like a little cafe sit out area, I guess. I don't know. It was considered a park. And then, of course, we came across this little fireman display, and, you know, we gotta... Here's some information. It was on the plaque. If you want, go ahead, stop the video or pause it, and then you'll be able to read it. And then here is a gorgeous waterfront lookout area type thing with the Ferris wheel. The place is always under construction, it seems. So there was a lot of cranes here and there. Cranes in the distance, cranes in the city, a lot of construction on the roads. The roads were not the best, let me say that. But it looked downright gorgeous at night. Look at all of the lights. And you could see the Ferris wheel, that's where we were. So a lot of the places from where we actually stayed were within walking distance, so we were able to kind of walk throughout the place, which was amazing. So for day 2, we decided to go to the aquarium. We actually got one of the city passes, which allows you to go to like 4 or 5 different places. And this was one of the places that we picked, so we could just see all the little water animals. And it was just completely adorable. Look at this guy right here. He is fantastic. His name was Pickle, and by the second time that we actually went to see him before we left, he was in a different spot. But he was just so cute. We found the Nemo. It was just so cool seeing all the little animals. Now, typically, I'm not really a fan of, you know, aquariums or zoos or anything that kind of houses animals for people's pleasure, but it was pretty nice to see that a lot of the animals were really well kept, and it seemed like they were given a lot of attention and everything, so that was always a plus to me. And not every day do you get to see cute little otters, so it was a win. It was a win. And all the dogs. We saw a lot of dogs. Lots of them. Like this guy. Look at him. I've never seen a dog like that before, but he was downright cute. And had a fascination with the rocks. And a puffin. Oh, puffins are adorable. And of course, your standard water puppies. After the aquarium, we decided to get some coffee and go to Alki Beach. It was just a little out of the way, and it was close to Kubota Garden, which was this garden right here. It's an outdoor Japanese garden where you could just walk around. Now, a lot of things weren't in bloom when we went, and I bet if you went a little later in the season,
Dog.
things probably would have had more flowers and blooms and this, that, and the other to them. It was gorgeous to get out of the house, though. Like, we don't typically do trips like this frequently, so it was just really nice to get away. Get away from the hustle and the bustle and the work and the everything.
He's a wild turtle.
What do you think? I like turtles.
I don't know if it's wild.
He's baby turtle.
He was cute. I told this couple that came up right behind us that there was a little baby turtle too.
What is holding this up?
And they ran over to see it. But just walking and walking and walking, and there was a lot of picture moments, so we took a lot of photos and just a lot of the scenic things that you don't typically go out of your door to see. So it was just really nice to get away and see new sights for a change.
Ancient Chinese water pump.
And then of course there was a gazebo at the top of the little garden for a nice little shaded lookout area.
I see the exit.
With that, we actually made our way down to the exit and left the garden.
In beautiful Washington, we have two things planned for day 3. It is a little rainy, but we are planning to go to the Museum of Glass. Maybe get some coffee. A little rainy.
So with that being said, we actually did get, I think, coffee or something, but we went to the Glass Museum, which had Chihuly's work. Dave Chihuly is one of my favorite glass sculptors, and I've seen his work in 3 different locations, which was the Bahamas, Virginia Beach, and now Washington and Seattle. It is incredible. Like, his work is fantastic, as you can just see. The colors, the textures, the way that it's all glass blown, and it's all themed as well. It's color coded and themed, which was just beautiful. Not only was it inside of the museum, but there was a walkout place outside of the museum as well. So this was on the way to the outside garden, and I believe this was classified as one of his biggest indoor pieces. And a little demonstration.
A little bit of water right there. Go like that. Over here.
So after we checked out the little demonstration, we actually took a little stroll through the garden. And it was just beautiful.
What is it?
A banana tree.
A banana tree. Then, if that's a banana tree, what's that one?
That's a jello tree.
A jello tree.
They look like chunks of jello.
It looks like rock candy.
And then sadly, we actually didn't end up going to the zoo that day just because Danny wasn't feeling 100%. His allergies were bad.
East of the Cascades. Atop the Seattle Center House, 2 giant daddy longlegs slumber for now, but when the Dark Lord Jeff Bezos arises from Lake Union, they'll awaken to devour the souls of men and bring spidery goodness to Seattle. Top is circular, so if anybody gets lost, just circle. And if you're afraid of heights, we do sell alcohol. Have fun, guys.
The Space Needle was quite the endeavor as well. So since it was our first time here, we actually had to do the touristy thing. Now, I'm not a fan of heights, but, you know, I kind of faced the fear and went up there anyway just for a photo opportunity. And to say that I did it.
Building to the right, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation building. No idea what they do, but they give tours every week. So, lots of cash, right? This level right here used to be a restaurant, but now it's all for banquets and special events.
And the two guys taking us up and down the elevators were just flat out amazing. Props to those guys. But after the Space Needle, right next door, we actually went to what was called the Mopop Museum, which is a pop culture museum. And if you guys have followed me here on the channel for a long time, you know that I love this kind of stuff. There are numerous ones in the area that I live, and I try my best to go and see new exhibits and stuff whenever I can.
I want one of these in my basement.
So this was just so cute. It was all themed. There were 3 different themes that we decided to check out, which was the horror theme, which is this one where it's all about like your horror themed things like Mike Myers. We had the guy from Resident Evil, this, that, and the other. You guys, it was awesome. Let me say that. There was another one that was attached to this room that was a sci-fi one, here where the Terminator is. It just had like a bunch of weapons, costumes, stuff like that from various movies. And then there was a third one, which was kind of like a fantasy elven type thing that we decided to check out. Personally, it wasn't as impressive as, you know, the horror one or the sci-fi one, but it was still pretty cool. The dragon made it. Okay, the dragon, he made noises and stuff, and it was pretty dope. But it was just so cool to see like all of the exhibits and stuff, and then, you know, be able to play with the interactive stuff here and there, like the map making, and just wander around the museum for a little bit. Danny doesn't really go to a lot of museums, so by me taking him to a couple of them, I foresee there being some more in the future, you know? Yeah. But it was just nice and relaxing and just a time away from our normal working lives. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. We definitely enjoyed our time in Seattle. And if you like this, definitely click that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, because hopefully there will be more like this in the future.
Jumping jacks, let's go.
Isn't there a floor that doesn't...
Oh, there is a 13th.